The cause of the Big Bang. Have you ever sat in a deep, silent night, looked up at the star-dusted tapestry of the cosmos, and asked a question so vast it seems to swallow sound itself? A question that is the very root of all questions. What was the first cause? What was the match that lit the fuse of reality? What, or who, breathed fire into the singularity and set our universe in motion? For generations, we've called this event the Big Bang. The name itself is a misnomer, a placeholder for a mystery so profound that our language fails to contain it. It wasn't an explosion in space. It was the sudden, violent, and glorious birth of space itself, and of time. Everything we are, everything we see, every galaxy, every planet, every memory you hold dear, was once compressed into a point of infinite potential, smaller than a single atom. Today, we are not going to just recount the scientific timeline. We are going to venture to the very precipice of human understanding and peer into the great, yawning abyss of the unknown. We are going to ask, what caused the Big Bang? And the answers we find there are more strange, more magical, and more soul-stirring than any myth ever written. The silence before the symphony. Imagine, if you can, a state of non-existence, not empty space, because space did not exist, not the passage of time, for time was not yet born. There was no before, because there was no before to be had. This is the true void, the canvas before the paint, the silence before the first note of the symphony. In this primordial nothingness, the rules of cause and effect as we know them break down. Our logic, built in a world of things and events, simply short circuits. How can something come from nothing? This is the central, terrifying, and beautiful paradox at the heart of our existence. For decades, the leading scientific answer has been a concept that sounds like it's been pulled from a wizard's grimoire: the quantum fluctuation. In the ghostly world of quantum mechanics, empty space is never truly empty. It's a seething, bubbling, probabilistic foam. Virtual particles pop into and out of existence in a frantic dance, borrowing energy from the future only to annihilate and pay it back in an instant. It's a cosmic credit system at the smallest scales. Now, take this quantum weirdness and project it onto the canvas of that ultimate nothingness. What if our entire universe is the ultimate quantum fluctuation? A single, monumental bubble of space-time that fluctuated into being, and through a mechanism we don't yet understand, failed to pop back out of existence? Think of it. Our entire cosmos, its hundreds of billions of galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars, could be a statistical blip, a cosmic accident of the most magnificent proportions. We are the result of a random shiver in the fabric of non-being. This idea is humbling, yes, but is it satisfying? Does it feel complete? For many, it feels like we've explained a miracle by calling it a coincidence. A beautiful, staggering coincidence, but a coincidence nonetheless. So, let's journey further. The holographic seed and the great projection. What if the singularity wasn't a point of matter and energy, but something even more fundamental? What if it was information, a cosmic seed containing the entire blueprint for our universe, encoded on its two-dimensional surface? This is the mind-bending principle of the holographic universe. The idea that all the three-dimensional reality we experience, the depth of a canyon, the swirl of a galaxy, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, is a magnificent projection from a flat, two-dimensional surface at the edge of our perception. The singularity, then, wasn't just a hot, dense state. It was a data crystal of unimaginable density. The Big Bang was the moment this cosmic hard drive was activated and the projection began. What wrote that data? What programmed the seed? This is where science begins to dance with mysticism. Some theorists propose a multiverse, a vast eternal ocean of universes, each with its own laws of physics. Our Big Bang was simply one bubble rising to the surface in an infinite cosmic foam. In this view, the cause wasn't a unique event, but a common occurrence in a meta-reality beyond our comprehension. But there is an even more spectacular version of this: the colliding worlds. Imagine our reality is a three-dimensional membrane, or brain, floating in a higher dimensional space. Now, imagine another universe, another brain, floating in that same hidden dimension. What if the Big Bang was the result of a collision, a cosmic kiss between two sibling realities? The energy of that impact would have been beyond calculation, instantly inflating a new universe, heating it to unimaginable temperatures, and seeding it with the imperfections that would later become galaxies. We are the echo of that primordial embrace. The entire history of our cosmos is the unfolding ripple from a single, cataclysmic contact in a higher plane of existence. This isn't just an explosion, it's a birth from a union, a cosmic love story written in fire and light. The dream of the universe. Now, let us take the most daring leap of all. Let us venture into territory that physicists whisper about in hushed tones, and that mystics have proclaimed for millennia. What if the cause was consciousness? Not a consciousness like yours or mine, but a fundamental, universal consciousness, a cosmic mind. What if the universe began as a thought, a dream in the mind of, well, we have no word for it. God? The source? The absolute? In this view, the quantum fluctuation wasn't random. It was an act of attention. The holographic seed was an idea. The colliding brains were a desire for expression. The Big Bang was the moment this singular consciousness decided to know itself, and the only way to do that was to shatter its unity into a billion fragments, to create observers. Every star is a neuron firing in the cosmic brain. Every planet is a memory. Every living, conscious being, you, me, the animals, the potential life on distant worlds, is a shard of that original awareness, experiencing reality from a unique vantage point. We are the universe becoming self-aware. The Big Bang wasn't just a physical event, it was the beginning of a grand, cosmic story that we are all co-writing. The laws of physics, in this scenario, are not cold, dead rules, but the habits of this cosmic mind. The constants are tuned so delicately because they reflect the underlying structure of a conscious thought aimed at creating complexity and life. We aren't here by accident. We are here because the universe wanted us to be here. We are its senses, its feelings, its way of experiencing the beauty and tragedy of its own creation. This idea resonates with the oldest human intuitions. The ancient Vedantic texts of India speak of Brahman, the one reality, which through Lila, or divine play, manifests the universe. Are our most advanced cosmological models simply catching up to our most ancient wisdom? The echo in the void. How can we possibly know? Is there any evidence for these breathtaking speculations? Perhaps there is. Scientists studying the cosmic microwave background, radiation, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, have found anomalies, patterns that don't quite fit the standard model. Like faint fingerprints on the window of creation, they hint at something that came before. Some see in these patterns the scars of a collision with another universe. Others see the imprints of a holographic code. But the most compelling evidence might not be in the distant cosmos, but in the nature of our own awareness. The very fact that we can ponder these questions, that we feel a deep, mystical connection to the stars, that we are driven to seek our origins, might itself be a clue, a memory of our source encoded in the very fabric of our being. We are not separate from the cosmos. We are the cosmos. The calcium in our bones was forged in the heart of a dying star. The iron in our blood was synthesized in a supernova explosion. The very atoms that form our bodies were once part of that initial brilliant fireball. We are the universe, and the universe is us, looking back at itself in wonder and awe. The cause of the Big Bang, then, is not a distant, dead event. It is an ongoing process. It is the reason you draw your next breath. It is the reason a star ignites. It is the unfolding story of consciousness rediscovering its own nature. The first cause is not a point in time. It is a living, breathing, eternal reality. The Big Bang is still happening, right now, within you and all around you. We are living inside the first moment of creation. So, what do you believe? Are we a glorious accident? A quantum hiccup in the void? Are we the offspring of a cosmic collision in a hidden dimension? Or are we the children of a conscious universe, dreaming itself into existence? The beautiful, terrifying, and ultimately magical truth is that we don't know. And perhaps the search for the answer is more important than the answer itself. For in that search, we touch the infinite. We are no longer just humans on a tiny rock. We are the universe's way of asking, what am I? This journey of discovery is one we take together. If this conversation sparked a sense of wonder in you, if it made you look up at the night sky with new eyes, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are just getting started, and there are so many more mysteries to explore. And I want to hear from you. What resonates with you most? The quantum fluctuation? The colliding worlds? The conscious universe? Let's have a conversation in the comments below. Your perspective is a unique part of this cosmic story. If this taste of the cosmic unknown has left you hungry for more, if you want to dive deeper into these ideas of holographic realities, the multiverse, and the nature of consciousness, I explore them in great detail in my book, Holographic Multiverse. I've put a link to it in the video description below. It's a journey to the very edges of science and spirit, and I think you'll find it fascinating. Thank you for joining me on this adventure to the beginning of everything. Remember, the greatest story ever told is the one we are all a part of. Keep looking up. Keep wondering.